Yo, Bo, welcome to another episode of In the Life with MightyFan. We're doing another vehicle vlog. And, not exactly going where I thought originally I would be going. In fact, the two places I thought I'd be going today, well, maybe even yesterday, and I didn't go to either because, as you saw in the last video, a few things have been added to the collection, so MightyFan has to be good for a little bit, at least to the next billing cycle for my card. But I did actually grab something yesterday because that damn paying for gets me every time. So Mitchell & Ness was doing an online 30%. I think it ends tonight. And, you pay with PayPal. There's that paying for. So 30% off plus the paying for option. So I went ahead and grabbed the, because they didn't have it in the store. I knew they didn't have it in the store anymore, at least not in my size. And I haven't seen it at all in the store since. But the St. Pat's Darren Dalton Phillies that they released last year, I've been meaning to get it, and of course it's not available in the store. The only place I saw it was on their website, and the website was doing a sale, so I'm like, all right, well, it's not exactly what I thought I'd be picking up within the last week or coming week, but as I thought I would get the Flyers Stadium Series jersey, but instead I went ahead and grabbed the Dalton because it was on sale and I did the pay it for, so I'm like, all right, I'll just get this instead and hope that I can still get that Stadium Series jersey because I do want that jersey. Shout out to my buddy Markham. I know he picked one up yesterday. And I know it's all about that FOMO, man. It gets you, man. It's one of the hardest things about being a collector is that FOMO, and it really struck. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm taking a little chance, taking a little risk, but I do want that Dalton. Been meaning to grab it. Kind of still want it while it's still available. And I can come back around next time around, grab the Stadium Series Flyers jersey, which I would like to get, like I said. So I originally thought I'd head over to KOP today. I'm not doing that. Didn't go to the Mitchell & Ness store for the I don't even know what they're calling it this year, like the sale, the annual sales event or whatever. It's a Super Bowl sale. It's when I first started going to that store, it was the Super Bowl sale. They brought the name back last year, and now all of a sudden I guess they couldn't do it, so they just called it their annual sale. Or I even think they gave it like a name. But as far as the store is concerned, it started yesterday. It's going until tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday. And, they were sneaky this year. They did a little, 40% off if you were there yesterday between 10 and 1. And then everything's 30% after that. And then all the rest of the weekend, everything's 30% unless they surprise with something else. But I knew I couldn't, I wasn't going to go there. I already made my mind up. I got some other stuff. I guess you saw the jerseys, the hockey jerseys and stuff. So I'm like, all right, well, this is going to take the place of that sale. And I still got something that's part of their sale, but it wasn't in the store. It was, like I said, it was online. And even that was like, do I really do this? Do I really do this? Okay, I gotta do this. It's too much in my mind to do it. But I'm hoping it doesn't sacrifice the Flyers Stadium Series jersey, which hasn't gotten great reviews, so maybe it hangs around for another couple weeks when I can grab it. I don't know for sure if I'll have it by the game. We'll see. If not, it is what it is. It was tough, though, man. It was tough. I'm like, I do want it. And originally I thought I would go to KOP today, at least just take a look at it, whatever. make sure they have ample, of my size left so that, maybe in a week or so when I can go get it, it will still be around. But I'm like, you know what, that's just going to be too tough. If I see it, my hand goes on it, it's... I just figured it's best not to do that, to play it safe and just stay away from it until I know I can go get it. And, it's just one of those things. So, we'll see. But that's the hardest thing. It's that FOMO. It's that, it really does. It messes with you, man. It messes with you. Someone like me that just has the passion for this stuff, it definitely messes with me, But at the same time, this is a good little test. It's like, can I make it? And sometimes, yeah, I mean, sometimes I've missed out on stuff in the past. Sometimes I will, but for the most part, I think just being patient, just spreading it out as best I can, hopefully everything will work out. But so the light's green. So that was kind of my thought process. So what I'm doing now is I'm going over to Rally House. There's one Rally House near me that I checked, like I said in that video where I was talking about that long sleeve flyer shirt. There's another one a little bit away. There's another one at KOP, but like I said, I kind of wanted to stay away from KOP today. Of course, it'll be my luck. I'll get into that Rally House and they'll have like a bunch of the Stadium Series jerseys hanging out. Like, no! But there's another Rally House. It's a little bit of a drive, but I figured, you know what, let me go there, do a little vehicle vlog. It's a beautiful day today. Well, it's cloudy, but it's going to be like touching 59. Like, it's going to be good weather today. It's just very cloudy and overcast, but I prefer this, though. I do. But so I'm gonna go over to that Rally House. It's a little bit of a drive, but like I said, it gives me the opportunity to do a little vehicle vlog here on a Saturday. And yeah, so that's why I'm choosing to go there. And I'm gonna see if they have that long sleeve flyer shirt. If they don't, I mean, there is another Kohl's not too far coming on the way home, so maybe I'll stop there and take a look. It's just in my head, man. I need to find this thing. if it's available in a 2X. But we'll see. If not, it's, it is what it is. But we'll see. So yeah, that's basically what's up right now. This is where I'm heading. And yeah, so other than that, I know some of the new paraphernalia have started hitting for baseball. You got the spring training gear, and then also you have they showed like New Era put out their list of the their 2024 batting practice hats, and the Phillies have the Fanatic on there. So at some point, that's definitely going to happen. And I really like it, and that is actually the hat. I remember I mentioned before about that Orioles hat. That's the batting practice hat. So what I'm kind of hoping is, because I believe they do it every year, that they have different like variety. Like they'll have like the regular on-field 5950. They'll have the low profile. They'll have the strap or snapback version, and they'll have a flex fit version. Basically with the same design of the the batting practice. So what I'm kind of hoping is they do that, because I definitely want to get a couple of the Fanatic one. one to kind of wear around and one to kind of maybe not wear as much, but just kind of have. Because I really like that. It was the first time they've ever put the Fanatic on a batting practice hat. And it's basically, it's like, if you know their alternate hat that they wear, the with the cream jersey, it's got the blue crown with the red brim. It's basically that with the Fanatic on it, the Fanatic head. And so I want to get, like, I guess the regular 5950 on field, and then I want to, if they make them, I want to get like a flex fit, because those are the styles I love to wear the most, particularly if I'm going to games or whatever. They're just real comfortable, and plus with sweating, I mean, it doesn't matter as much, you know, to have one of those on. So I want to get a flex fit version of that, and that would be the one that I normally would wear, you know, out to the ballpark, or, you know, just out and about, particularly in the summer months when it gets real hot. And then the 5950, the regular one, I would be more kind of just sporadically wear it, because that one I just kind of want to keep in as good a condition as I can, because like I said, it's the first time they ever put the Fanatic on a hat, and an actual, you know, on field or what have you, batting practice, what have you, hat. So it's a different kind of thing, and it's really a shame that they made that hat much better than they made the City Connect jersey. That's unbelievable. So I definitely want to do that, and because they're the batting practice hats, I mean, it is very hit or miss what we get in this area. So Slim, I think you already know, once I come over there for the Ghostbusters movie in March, we're going to be taking a little trip to Lids, so I can get that Orioles batting practice hat. Be cool if they have a flex fit in that too, because I would definitely get that one. Because I like that one. That's one of my favorites. I think the three favorites are the Phillies, the Orioles, and I like the Pirates too, because the Pirates did a little homage to the Willie Stargell. They put the stars on the, almost, it kind of, not really, but it kind of gave a little pillbox, you know, homage. And it had the rows of stars on the front. That's Willie Stargell used to do that, you know, back in the day. And like the player of the game would get a star on the hat, and, you know, until the hats were pretty much full of stars going around it. But he was the captain of that team, you know, Pops. So the We Are Family Buccos. So I like those three. Those are my, like, those are the three that I think stood out, at least for me. I know other teams did some cool ones too, but I like the set this year. Some teams kind of stuck to the standard. Other teams kind of did a little different. The Phillies did a little different with the Fanatic on the hat. So it's cool. And I do look forward to getting it. I don't know when. I would imagine these will become available within the next week or two, because the spring training hats are already out. And but the thing about the Fanatic, because the Fanatic's such a popular, you know, obviously character here, those items tend to go. So pretty, now they'll restock, I'm sure, but so once I find out that the newer, you know, either the clubhouse stores that they start filtering at Lids or whatever, I'm going to be making my way over to to get that hat, because I definitely want to get one before the season starts. So that's on the old hit list. But speaking of the big green guy, I did get a beautiful Fanatic hat. Toppers USA made it. They're doing a mascot theme, and I like what they're doing, because the whole hat is black, and it's just the mascot on the front, and then the team, you know, word mark on the side. I really like that. It has a nice metallic thread to it for the characters. So they did the Fanatic earlier in the week. That was part of their first drop, was the Fanatic and Wally from the Red Sox. You know, Pierre being a big Red Sox fan, it's not surprising that Wally was one of the first to drop. But the Fanatic was right there. And I'm like, oh man, I really don't want to miss this. And, you know, some of those Fanatic hats go, or those, well, Fanatic hats in general, but those mascot hats go pretty quick. Is they're like one of the things now. So, and the Fanatic is one of the more popular ones. So, yeah, I'm trying to fight the fight with other people to get these hats. And so I knew that it was going to hit because I'm in a message group or whatever on Instagram for Toppers USA, and they give you a heads up and whatever. So I knew it was coming, and I'm like, I can't miss this. This is the Fanatic. This is my buddy. You know, I can't miss on this hat. I gotta have this hat. It's one of the nicer Fanatic hats I've seen. And it's all black, so it's like that's good. You know, you see a lot of all white dome hats. It's like, all right. I mean, I get it, but it's not the greatest for me. So I have like some red and blue Fanatic hats and whatever, but an all black one, ooh, that works perfect. So I'm like waiting, and all of a sudden I get the notification that, ooh, the hats are dropping soon. And I get on the Toppers. I made sure I was signed in. I get on the Toppers USA, the website, and I'm just refresh. And all of a sudden I see him. I'm like, oh crap. And I had formulated this little plan in my mind because I can wear 3 different size hats: 7 3/8, 7.5, 7 5/8. And I knew the 7.5s usually go pretty quick because that's a popular size. So I'm like, all right, I would like to get the 7.5, but I think I'm going to miss. I'm going to size up and go 7 5/8. I think I have a better chance of hitting. And as soon as my fingers were moving as quick as they can move, and I put that 7 5/8 in my cart, and I hit the checkout with PayPal and all that. Oh man, and I was able to get it, and I was like, because I mean honestly, I hated the days of the 10-second hats. I hated that when everyone and their relatives were going after hats, and hats were flying like they wouldn't stay on the site for long. I hated it. It was like, damn, man, it's like playing Russian roulette just to get a hat. It sucks. And there was all these little tricks and little things you had to do. And I thought we were kind of beyond that, but now, I mean, some of these hats, now you're starting to get that again. You're getting these like insta sellout hats, because it's like a hype beast thing or whatever it is. And the mascot hats kind of became that in a way, some of them. And the Fanatic is definitely one of them. So I knew I had to work at warp speed to get that hat. And I did. And I think that going to 7 5/8, I think that helped me. I think if I would have tried to get the 7.5, I would have had a problem. And that would not have been cool if I missed that, because, you know, I mean, obviously the Fanatic is my favorite mascots to go, in my opinion. I know I'm biased, but we both debuted in 1978. You know, there's a brotherhood there, it seems, with the 78s. You know, the Fanatic, me, and Michael Myers. You know, it's so I really wanted that hat, and I was panicking. I'm like, I'm kind of out of practice at this. You know, you don't have to worry so much anymore about hats selling out like that. But this one, I just have a feeling this is going to go quick. And some of those hats on Toppers USA goes quick. So I'm like, all right, I gotta just get this thing, and that's why I formulated the plan to go 7 5/8. And let's make it happen. So I got it, and it shipped. I think I'm getting it today in the mail. Because they don't mess around with the shipping. I mean, they make sure you get your hat quick. And that's, one of the things I appreciate about what they do. I have yet to go to the brick and mortar store in the Bronx, but they do great work with what they do with their hats and all. And but one thing about them I'll also say is they do try to give you second chances. They'll reissue hats, and sometimes it's a shock drop. Sometimes they do pre-orders for some of the popular ones. They'll bring it back as a pre-order. So they give you chances. I think Toppers USA gives you as many chances to get some of these hats as you're going to get. I mean, are there misses? Yeah. I mean, are people, you're never going to please everybody. But I think that one of the things that they do try to do is to make sure people get the hat that they want. And can they always do that? No, I don't think there's any way possible you can. But they at least give you chances. And, they'll bring stuff back. They'll bring it back as a pre-sale or shock drop. And, if you're in the know, you know that it's got dropped today. You just have to kind of keep an eye. I mean, a lot of the hats that I go after anymore aren't really the hype beat, the ones that people just go nutso after. The only one really that I really wanted, like I said, was that Fanatic hat. And I knew I had to move on it and sure enough, it sold out. I checked back a little later, they were all gone. So I'm like, yeah, I'm glad that worked out okay. But it's tough, and I hated it. I hated it back then when all the hats were flying, and it was like, and I called them 10-second hats because that's what it was, and less than 10 seconds, and they would be gone. You have all these flippers doing all that stuff, and they still do. I mean, for anything that's a hype beast, a big hat, you get the flippers going, and that ruins it for everybody, But it is what it is. I don't worry as much because a lot of them I just never really have great interest in. The ones I usually go after and have interest in are ones that, might stick around a little bit, but if I like a hat, I like it, I'm not doing it because it's popular, because it's the hat of the month, it's the hat of the week, it's the hat of the day. It's because I like the hat. It might go, most of the time, yeah, I mean, combo wombo, it might go with jerseys. That's where my mindset goes. Unless it's like Fanatic, where, yeah, I mean, it's more than just jerseys for that one, it's my favorite mascot, one of my favorite teams, obviously. So, but it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough in them streets. So that was cool. It was cool getting that. And, like I said, the batting practice hats, some pretty good looking ones. Obviously the Phillies, as I mentioned, the Orioles, the Pirates. There's others. There's others out of that set, but I think of that set, if I just get those three, I'll be happy. So yeah. I want to give a shout out also to the Jaguar Luca. He was over at the Mighty Kingdom earlier in the week. He was working on a project for his YouTube page. He's doing a documentary about jersey collecting, jersey heads, whatever the history. And he's interviewing, he's interviewed some people. He came to Philly this past week. He, did some interviews. I was part of it. And it was fun. Came to the house. He has a buddy of his, shout out to his buddy Brian, real, professional, cameras and all this, the sound and everything. And they were setting up different cameras and lighting and all in my living room for the interview I was doing with Luca. And apparently, because they had to put some lights out, because it was at nighttime, they put some lights outside the house, and apparently the neighbors were wondering what's going on. Does it look like some sort of Hollywood thing going on in my house? But it was fun. So you'll catch that. You'll see my bid on there and whoever else Luca was able to get with for this documentary that he's making. And Luca, he doesn't do anything. Luca, he doesn't mess around. He's a real pro. He's a real pro. So they interviewed me. They went around. We showed the different jerseys. They documented the collection, and so it's a cool thing. Luca asked me if I wanted to do it a while back. I said sure. I certainly would love to be a part of something he's working on, and So that was fun. You know, it was one of those things. I think it was a Wednesday night that happened. All these cameras and out lighting and everything. The lights outside, you know, big lights outside, give us a little more light. It was something. It was quite a production, but it was fun. I know Mark M stopped by for a little bit, said hi to Luca and just to, you know, greet Luca there, and because Mark was with us when we went to the hall last year, the NBA, the Naismith. So gave them a chance for them to meet each other. That was cool. Oh my! I got another 10-15 minutes to go here until I get to Rally House. I keep passing by different Wawas here. It's just not helping my hunger. I gotta get something coming back. I gotta stop at one of these Wawas. Get a bite to eat. I'm hoping they still have the breakfast stuff available. I know some weeks ago I tried to do a breakfast order on Grubhub, and it was from Wendy's, and I'm like putting in the items, and I'm like trying to debate what I wanted. I put them in my cart. I'm ready to check out, and I guess it was a minute too late. It changed over to the lunch, and it took out I couldn't order the breakfast stuff. I'm like, son of a bitch. I really wanted the breakfast. So, live and learn, right? So, but some places, like, I know, like Royal Farms, you can get breakfast like all day. They have stuff all day. And Wawa has a selection. It's not everything. There's only certain things after a certain time. But I'm hoping to get like a breakfast burrito or something from there coming back. You know, you get a craving for something, you know, it's like, But, yeah, some of these places, man, they don't mess around. When it goes from breakfast to lunch, that's it. And I just, I was a minute too late ordering my breakfast that day. But it is what it is. You know, what can you do? I got lunch instead. Said I'm getting something, damn it. I think I got those wraps that day. I like those wraps. I like, you know, they're you know, Wendy's, or not Wendy's, it was Burger King. Burger King does the wraps. Or maybe I was trying to get from Wendy's, and when I couldn't get the breakfast, I just got the wraps from Burger King. I think that's what I did. Because I like those wraps. I like those chicken wraps. And KFC. KFC does a pretty good wrap. I like their spicy slaw wrap. That's a pretty good wrap. The regular wrap is pretty good. So yeah, I mean, you know, I get into my wraps, you know, as long as it's from the 90s. That's a little dad joke right there. I'm not even a dad, so you know that. So I like my wraps. I think Wawa does them too. There's another Wawa. I'm trying to figure which one to go to. I'm gonna go one. You know, the problem with the ones near me is they don't give out the plastic bags anymore. And for a place like Wawa, I think that's a problem, because if you get like a few items and there's no bag, and I never bring a bag, right? it's not in my head to put a bag, you know. Some people leave a bag in the car or whatever, but and I'll go to like a different Wawa near me, and I always forget. And I have like three different things, including the drink, and there's no bag. And I'm like, so when I remember, what I'll do is, because when you usually go to a Wawa, you place your order on a touch screen, like a sandwich or whatever you want, like the hot meal or whatever, and then you can they have, it's like a convenience store. They have, like, you know, chips and drinks and all sorts of different stuff. And so you know, then you pay before you go get your whatever you ordered, right? So if it's at one of those other Wawas, then what I gotta do is I gotta put whatever I got. So if I got like a drink, a thing of chips, maybe the hoagie's being made or whatever, a breakfast burrito, what have you, then I'll just, you know, I'll go to the car, put the other stuff in the car, and then go back. Because by the time that I go back, usually the order's, you know, back inside. Usually the order's ready. So pick up the order. It's like taking 2 trips to the car just to put my stuff away. And I'm like, I don't really know if this bag thing is helping anything. I think it's doing more harm than good. Like, oh, well, we're not going to give out plastic bags to be good for the environment, but you're going to get in your vehicles with all the exhaust, and that's, it's like, I understand what they're doing. Hey, I'm all for, like, you know, keep the environment clean, but sometimes it's like, but I mean, I think the grocery stores were trying to do something, but I think they kind of gave up. It's like, dude, it's a grocery store. We're getting groceries. You need bags. I think they were trying to charge extra or something for the bags, but I think there was a big uproar over that one. And they, I don't know if they still do. I mean, some places, like sometimes I'll go to the mall. I'll be at like a Lids, like in New Jersey or whatever, or some other store in there, and they ask if I want a bag, and there's like an extra how many cent charge for the bag. And a lot of times I'm like, yeah, I mean, but if I already get a bag, like I think at Lids, they don't charge for the bag. So I'll get a bag and I'll go somewhere else, and if I pick something up there, you want the bag for extra? I'm like, no, I got a bag. So I'll just put there, you know, I'll just dump whatever I can put in the Lids bag. But that's the world we live in, man. That's just how it is anymore. But yeah, Wawa with the bag. The first time we saw this, my buddy Mark M and I were at a Deftones concert some years ago, the Stone Pony. And we come back, and we stopped at Wawa, and New Jersey's like notorious for the no bag thing. We didn't know. And we had like how many stuff in our hands, and there's no bag. Like, no, you know, we don't do bags. I'm like, you don't do bags? I'm like, this is Wawa. I didn't know about it at the time. I'm like, this is Wawa. What's up with no bags? They're like, yeah, we don't do the bag. I'm like, it's a policy now. I'm like, oh, God. And they're like, you buy a bag? I'm like, buy a bag? Why do I have to buy a bag? I was getting a little, I was like confused. I wasn't like angry, but I was confused. I was tired, you know, from the concert and all. But I was confused, but you know, we did what we had to do. But that's the first time I saw anything about no bags at Wawa, and then all of a sudden it started creeping over to PA in my area, and I'm like, oh damn it, here we go. No bags. Here it comes. But still, there's some places like in this area that they at least that I know, they still do bags. So I'm like, all right, well, if I stop at a Wawa, it's going to be around here. I need a bag, damn it. I need my bag. Ah, there is Rally House. I'll just go right through here. Oh, how many minutes did that take? About a half hour. That's usually around as long as this trip usually takes. So that's good. They're open, right? Usually these stores are open at 10. Yeah, I see people. Yeah, so, well, we talked a little sports, a little, you know, jersey, little hats. We talked about bag policies at Wawa. You know, we had a good trip. I'm getting hungry, man. Yeah, the Wawa. I hope they have those breakfast burrito as an option, because I'm feeling a breakfast burrito. I am. What's it like? You know, what's that? Sam Sulek. He's all about the pump. I'm all about the gorge. Mighty. The fat guy hungry. This isn't good. No, I need the breakfast burrito, damn it. So hopefully there's protein in it though. So no, I do. I'm feeling that. So hopefully on the way back I hope I can find this darn shirt, man. This is starting to bug me, and I do worry about sometimes in rally houses because some of them are stuff's all over the place, and I gotta search some more, and search some more, and some more. Oh, maybe it's over here. Oh, maybe it's over there. Oh, the 2 X's are over on that side. Okay. Put everything together. Shout out to Rally House. I do enjoy Rally House. I do enjoy my trips to different rally houses. But you never know what you're going to see on the inside. Some of them are better put together, and others are like a closet, just wherever it is. It's part of the adventure. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for watching. What do you always have to do? Leave those likes. Like, right? We want to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the bell icon so you always get notified to all future content from yours truly. It could be pickups. It could be vehicle vlogs. It could be talking about Wawa's bag policy. I mean, you never know what you're going to find in these videos. So you want to always make sure you tune in. It's, I try to keep it as entertaining as possible. And, I always, well, like I say, I always enjoy all of the support to the channel. So thank you all so much. And I will see you all soon in another episode here on my YouTube channel. Y'all take care. Have a great weekend, everyone. And enjoy the Super Bowl. We're going to see who wins Super Bowl 58. I really don't have a rooting interest. I just want to see a good game. It's either going to be the team that beat us last year and the Chiefs, or the team that still likes to complain about the championship game last year, even though that's well passed over. And they already beat us. But every now and then, if we had our quarterback, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. It's either the whiners or the team that beat us. It's going to be one of them. But I'll tell you one thing, and I don't mean this as a shot, but I'll tell you one thing. I, unlike those 49er fans last year, were all chiefed up after the Niners lost to the Eagles, and they supported the team that beat them in the Super Bowl just a few years prior. I'm not going to be all chiefed up where supporting the team that beat my team in a Super Bowl. I'm going to have no interest at all. No rooting interest at all. That's how I'm rolling with this Super Bowl, okay? So there. Yeah, that's how MightyFan rolls. He doesn't go and support the team that beat his team in the Super Bowl recently just to get back at other fans. Oh, don't worry, Niner fans. We'll see you again next season. Don't worry. We'll see you again. I don't know how well it's going to go at this point, but we'll see you again. We'll be the ones with the chip on the shoulder this time, Dan. Anyhow, enjoy the game. Whether you're rooting for the Chiefs or the 49ers, enjoy the game, and we'll hope for a good one. That's all I can say. I just hope to see a good game. The commercials might be a little more entertaining this year, but we'll see. All right, everyone, take care. Bye.